Angry town halls have begun popping up across the USA since Senate Republicans won a 51-48 vote to repeal the Affordable Care Act on January 12, 2017.
He wants
by what the state of Louisiana wants to do.
I could tell you 3 members of my family, including me, that would be dead, and homeless if it was not for ACA. I'm an angry constituent. You work for us.
But that's one reason why so many people come to the United States to get health care, because our health care system is the best in the world.
So my question is, if we're so concerned about the deficit, why are we building a wall that costs $20 billion?
Every dollar of government spending is an equal dollar. You might not surprise you know you don't get a full dollar's worth of value for a lot of money spent in Washington. The most important thing is security and safety. That's why.
Also known as Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act has greatly expanded access to health care coverage for as many as 24 million people in 2016, according to the Congressional Budget Office. That same office estimates that over the next decade, the program would have cost $1.34 trillion, a figure routinely used by the GOP to campaign against the Affordable Care Act. However, this projection is still lower than the estimated $1.5 trillion that the Department of Defense will spend on the F-35 fighter jet program, or the reported $2 trillion spent on the Iraq War. Lately, serious questions have been raised over the priorities of the Republican Party, especially as it voted to repeal the Affordable Care Act, and to this day has no clear plan to replace it, despite Paul Ryan's plan, which seemed to raise more questions than answers.
It is about people's lives. This affects every person and every family in America.
Now congressional Republicans are left facing many questions from constituents, like Mike Kaufman, who on January 16th had to sneak out of an angry town hall in Aurora, Colorado.
Be sure you hear all your constituents.
At a town hall in Utah hosted by the chair of the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform, Jason Chaffetz, people shouted, quote, "Do your job," while demanding Trump's tax returns be investigated.
Do your job! Do your job! Do your job! Do your job! Do your job!
Politico reported that GOP Congress members held a meeting to discuss measures to protect themselves from angry constituents.
It's not all a one-size-fits-all, government's the solution. You ought to know better than that.
I'm gainfully employed, I'm a mother of 4, and no one has paid me to be here tonight. In fact, unpaid time off of work so that I could attend this meeting. I ask you, Congressman Ross, what are you doing to protect the citizens of the United States, especially the constituents of the 15th District, from the outrageous expenditure of taxpayer money spent also that the president can enjoy what he has called the Southern White House every weekend since taking office at our expense?
I agree with you that we don't need to have unnecessarily out there spending for things that we shouldn't be spending for. But I tell you what I'd like to do is make sure we follow up with you, because I'd like to. You're the first one that's brought this to my attention. I'd like to compare 4 weeks. The guy's been in there 4 weeks. He has yet to go to Hawaii. He has yet to play golf every week. I will compare what we did in previous administrations to this one, and I will get back with you, okay?
In Roseville, California, Tom McClintock had to be escorted off stage by the police. Other senators like Marco Rubio from Florida, Cory Gardner, and Ken Calvert from Colorado simply aren't showing up anymore because they fear the blowback.
Is there anybody that has a question? Anybody up front who may be actually interested in what I had to say? Yeah.
These coal jobs are not coming back, and now these people don't have the insurance they need because they're poor. And they work those coal mines, and they're sick. The veterans are sick. The veterans are broken down. They're not getting what they need. If you can answer any of that, I'll sit down and shut up like Elizabeth Warren.
I like what the president's doing. I think the president would serve himself better by not having as many controversies surrounding his statements, because it tends to take us off message.
My name is Pat Seeley, and I'm definitely one of your constituents. But I am 77 years old, and I think it's unconscionable for this politician to tell me that at 74, I will be facing death penalty.
Can you look at my little girl, look her in the eye, and tell her that we're not welcome here, that we're not valued in the state of Arkansas or in this country?
No, Amy, you are.
President Donald Trump took to Twitter to dismiss these angry constituents, tweeting, quote, "The so-called angry crowds in home districts of some Republicans are actually, in numerous cases, planned out by liberal activists. Sad." On February 23rd, New Jersey Republican Representative Leonard Lance said, "I always try to speak truthfully. I believe, for example, that those at my town hall meeting last night were not paid. And if the White House believes that many of those at town hall meetings have been paid, I think that is an inaccurate statement. I do believe that most of those at my town hall meeting last night were there based upon being constituents in the district. And I was pleased to be able to interact with them."
First, shout out to my dreamers, because they're my heart. And my question deals with education. In your Facebook post supporting Betsy DeVos, you stated,
To see more of our coverage, visit therealnews.com.